Are you? We are only two today.
Yep.
We're only two.
We're only two.
Lori actually is upstairs. She's working the reptarium.
She's working.
Poor Lori's got to work today. We're doing an early podcast because things are happening early around here. We're actually open. We're never open. This is the first time we've ever been open during the week.
That's right.
Yeah. And it's been super successful. I mean, been sold out every day. Of course, it's the winter break and stuff like that. So we're open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. I should have been open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday last week. I
dropped the ball a little bit.
I dropped the ball big time. I wasn't thinking about it. But, kids and stuff like that are out of school, so they've got things to do. And the fact that Christmas and Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day are on Friday, Saturday means we're closed on Friday, Saturday, 2 weeks in a row. So we're only open on Sunday. So instead of being closed basically for the best part of 2 weeks, we decided to open up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. So
it's been dope,
and
too.
it's been banging, between tours, events, and now open to the public. So Lori's upstairs.
Enjoying it.
Working. Are you going to work later or no? She said no.
She said she didn't need me, so
Yeah.
I'm going home.
that's fine. I offered.
Yeah, you
She
did
said
offer.
no.
It's the thought that matters.
Man, those brats though. They don't know how good they have it, right?
Which
Christmas
ones?
break.
Oh, I know, man.
What do they
I
get?
can't remember.
4 months off.
Yeah,
You know what I
It might
mean?
as well be 4 months
Go
off,
to
yeah.
school for a month, take 4 off,
I know, right?
take 6
yeah,
off.
and then you
in
go back,
summer.
and then it's like
fuck is
winter
that?
break is just like,
Yeah.
And then you got
coming
Easter
up,
coming
and then
up.
there's spring break, and then there's Easter.
How many breaks you
and then-
need, dude?
Yeah.
Come on,
dude.
man.
I thought you're supposed to be building kids for the workforce. We ain't got
know,
no damn
man.
breaks like
It's
that.
crazy.
I do think I don't disagree
that we should put them in camps.
that we should do things reverse of what we do. You know what I mean? Where it's like, basically from 18 when you get out of school to say 40, you're retired.
Yeah, I agree.
And then 40, you start working,
Yep.
and you just work
till
the rest
your
of your
death.
fucking life.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Get your
No.
good years in doing dumb shit, having traveling the world.
Yeah, like you should get like you should
but
you
you
should
don't-
have
Do you
to
get a
sign
lump sum of money though?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You should have to sign a salary with the company saying, when I'm 40, I'm going to work with you until I'm 55
And you don't
or
get
65.
paid when you are working.
No, you get your pension now,
you get the
and then you
pension
get.
up front, and then afterwards.
Dude, I'm with you, Brian. Let's
Do you
start.
think people are scamming the PPP loans?
I know, right?
That shit would just be a disaster.
I'm just saying, no, the reverse mortgage, but on your life is what I'm saying.
And I'm ready for it.
Don't you love those reverse mortgage?
I don't know
things,
what that is. What is a reverse mortgage?
It's such a scam. I mean, it's like, so basically it's like preying off of the old, right? So most old people, not all, but a lot of old people have owned their house
Yeah.
for
You got my attention.
have owned their home for their whole life, right? So now they're like, 70 years old, and they own their house outright.
Hell yeah.
And so what they basically, this reverse mortgage comes in and says, like, we're going to give you $100,000 for your house now, and you have no payments. You don't pay ever again. But then when you die, we get your house.
Oh no, that's
Yeah. And so
desperate.
so now if they die 3 years later, you just got the house for, you know what I mean? Like nothing. And but it's like a reverse.
that's
It's
crazy.
crazy. It's called a reverse mortgage,
I'm gonna start doing
where
that.
they pay you to stay in your house.
yeah. Can we start a company where we start doing that to old people? 'Cause that'd be great, dude.
Sounds like passive income.
And like old people
Yeah.
are easy to fool. If you talk fast enough, they can't even
Well,
hear
the thing
you.
that's funny is like they get actors like Tom Selleck is like, Maverick.
He's a spokesman for
Woody
He's a
Allen out there.
spokesman for it. He's the spokesman for it.
He sign
Like,
me up, man.
Sign you up for taking away the old people's money. But so I do smell like anaconda musk.
I thought you were gonna say
Yeah, you
marijuana.
smell
I was
horrible. Like a marijuana.
No, yeah, you smell rank right now.
Yes.
Horrible.
Yeah, I smell bad.
What does
so
it smell like? Can we use our nose and
I already
really
said it.
there's
dissect it?
nothing. What do you think?
It's a stinky orifice
1 second.
on a human. Like, smell your belly button real. Stick your finger deep in there. Smell your belly button.
I don't know, man. I've never really quite smelled. But anacondas, I will say,
bad.
the two
Yeah, let us
worst.
know.
I think the two worst smelling musks when it comes to snakes are anacondas and water snakes, and they sell exactly the same.
Really?
A water snake musk smells exactly like an anaconda's musk.
Now, is it because they both hang out in the
Yeah,
water?
maybe it's because they're both water snakes. I don't really know.
It's like a little sour.
It's very sour.
Tangy.
It's very strong. It hits your nose and it's just overwhelming.
I can tell you this much: if there was a food that smelled like this, no one would eat it.
Yeah.
That's
So
not
maybe
true.
China.
Yeah,
China would eat
durian.
it.
Yeah,
durian
durian,
fruit
yeah.
smells,
Probably similar.
It doesn't smell the same, but it
Doesn't
has
smell-
the
it's-
same punch. You
it's-
know what
yeah,
I mean? Where
it's-
It's
like,
pungent.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Yeah.
they call it the dead fruit. The
Yeah, dead flesh fruit, right?
Yeah,
Flesh
dead flesh
fruit.
fruit.
Now it's interesting to me that every snake, every reptile has a different smelling musk. It's
It
not
is
like
interesting,
mammals. It's typically the smell of a skunk.
Yeah.
You know, like ferrets, all that.
like mandarin rat snakes actually almost have like a floral,
Yeah, and then
musk that doesn't smell bad
Yeah,
at all.
mandarins don't smell bad.
and then who had the garlicky one? It was
that's
the scrub pythons,
scrub pythons, and the sunbeam snakes.
sunbeams too. Yeah,
They have
yeah.
a garlic smell.
so good.
Yeah, you guys can hit us up with some supers. I see Tiffany is in the house. She hit us with the first super.
She says,
"Thank you guys. Merry Christmas, by the way."
Yeah, she says, "How was Christmas? Baby Nathan is so cute. Congrats again. It's almost noodle time. I have everything ready. Much love to you all."
That's awesome. Yeah, no, baby Nathan is listen, obviously when you have a kid, and now that it's our grandkid, you're always going to think it's cute. You know what I mean? But I really do believe that he's cute. Like I've seen a lot of babies that aren't cute. But I think I'd say a good percentage of babies are not cute.
Yeah.
But he's pretty cute.
He's pretty cute. And I wonder if it has to do, well, I agree. I think he's cute, blah, blah, blah. But I wonder if it has to do with his weight. Like,
Because he's
you know,
small.
the fatter the baby.
Yeah,
like,
that big old fat. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
you get a
understand
big old
that.
fatty.
Yeah, they don't look that nice.
They're not the cutest.
Here,
Yeah, they're all
Jay,
pudgy.
I'm gonna send you.
Yeah,
To
to Noah's MacBookie.
hang on a second. I just gotta find. I don't know which picture I wanted.
This is ridiculous.
Let's see. All right, I'm gonna send this one. This is when he's only a day old. He's much cuter even now, I think.
He's getting cuter by the minute.
His
Yeah,
eyes
because
are
because
open more.
it's like he's got a couple scratches on his face from when
from shipping.
Yeah, when shipping. Yeah, I got the stork was a little rough on him.
Yeah,
I'm
You know, I
waiting
didn't know
on
a
it.
stork was a bird.
I know. Noah said the other day because he got that T-shirt that had the stork
Yeah,
on it. And he's
that's
like,
a
I
bird.
don't know. There's some bird carrying something here.
It's a real bird? Are you still fucking with me?
Storks are. Yeah, there's all kinds of storks.
Yeah, the shoebill stork. You do.
I always thought a stork
What's the,
was just
Here you go.
a
Yeah, there's
made-up
little baby
thing.
Nathan.
Look at that dude.
Look at him.
Yeah,
He's throwing up gang signs?
He's pretty cute. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted a picture, but they wouldn't let me do it of him flipping someone off,
Oh,
like the
you-
middle finger. I was going to
I'll
hold his middle
Photoshop it
finger up.
tonight, dude. I got
Yeah.
You know what's been throwing me off?
What's that?
Okay, so look at the hand, okay?
Mhm.
I feel like I've been in an alternate universe.
Okay.
I feel like our hands are missing a digit. I feel like it would look better with 5.
5?
Yeah.
It'll look better.
Yeah, it just looks wrong with
Just
4
looks like you need an
fingers.
extra finger.
Yeah.
That's probably your alien
And it's
upbringing.
something I've been thinking a lot about. Like, I've been looking at my hand. I'm like, why am I missing a finger?
Maybe you were part of that
that is
Russian
weird,
Tsar family. You know what was that? What was that called? What was that octogator? What was Octo's thing called?
Octomom?
I can't remember what
It
they
was
call
something
it, yeah.
dactyl, polydactyl.
Yeah, polydactyl.
So
yeah,
you're a
that's what-
polydactyl. That's maybe you were a polydactyl in past life, dude.
Yeah, you could have
Maybe.
been past like polydactyl.
Yeah, PLPD, dude.
I believe
So,
in past
anyways,
lives.
so we're grandparents.
You're
an uncle. You're an uncle.
I know I'm an uncle. I'm not a
Are
grandparent.
you going to be a good uncle? What kind of uncle are you going to be? I'm just curious. Like, what are you going to do with him? So
I don't
let me
even know what
set
I'm
the
doing
stage.
tomorrow.
Let's set the stage. 5 years old, little Nathan James, running around. He just got out of kindergarten. He's on summer break, and he's like, "I want to spend the day with my uncle Noah."
Yeah.
What does that day look like?
Putting his ass to work.
Yeah.
You gotta make him work.
No
Yeah.
breaks.
Digging holes in the
Digging
backyard.
holes. I don't know. We'll take him to Cedar Point or something. Strap him up in a merry-go-round. I don't know. It's a hard question.
You gonna give him dating advice though?
Yeah, you think when he gets
Shit,
older?
I hope he gives me dating
Yeah, I
advice.
Well, you
Get
could
him-
probably, you get a really cute little, maybe when he's like 3,
No,
you carry
know
him
what?
around.
You're
and
right.
You'll probably pick up some
Yo,
chicks.
Oh, for
That's
sure,
a
dude.
great. Oh my god, that's a great idea, right?
And especially if it's not yours.
Actually, Auntie Elena offered me Memiguans
Memiguans,
or Tori Lee
Yeah, they're both cute.
exactly to go take him to the mall
Yeah.
and act like I'm a single dad for
Well,
that. That's a
what-
really good idea.
I think what you got the play is, but I think
get
Nathan
a-
James is going to be better
Yeah.
because they don't
Yeah.
look. It's going to be a hard sell, like because they look like Native Americans and you don't look like a Native
Well, it's
American.
Like, I
got the
took this
mom's
baby.
genes.
Yeah, but I think the sell is that when like someone comes, oh look at the cute baby, go yeah, unfortunately
Things
mom
are
passed
hard.
away. Yeah, mom passed away during childbirth.
That's nice.
Yeah, during childbirth,
like
lost
that.
my mom, so I'm a
Really
single
choke 'em
dad,
up.
and I could really use some help.
Oh, during childbirth you lost her? So you've been raising this baby by yourself the whole time?
yeah.
Damn, they're really
Jesus.
gonna like that, Noah.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm gonna
that's
have
the play.
a golden retriever puppy.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, then you could get rid of the baby.
Double?
You don't even need the baby
No,
at that
both
point.
of
Or a
them,
husky.
dude.
I think a husky's better than a golden.
Oh, I
retriever.
can't even go outside anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby,
dude.
husky. That's
Yeah, dude, game over, bro.
gotta beat the women off with a stick.
Yeah,
You got a
dude.
baby husky.
Jesus.
They'll come running across a parking lot, dude, from
Yeah.
40, 50 yards away, dude.
Yeah, be like, ooh, let me pet
And you
you.
hear him, is that a husky?
You get a baby husky and you get a baby, and you're in the. You're
And a dead
him to
mom,
the-
and you're good to go.
Take him to the bar. Just sitting there drinking.
He's got a sippy cup with some apple juice in it.
Chicken wings.
Oh God! Like like I speaking from experience. Fuck, I've been married since I was a
14.
teenager.
Yeah, literally.
I don't know shit, man. Don't listen to me.
No,
I
but
know.
it's
Knows How
true.
to get musk on by snakes. That's all I know.
I know.
So we weighed Ivy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what she
ruin it.
weighed, but she was heavy.
But
I
you'll
mean,
have to see on TikTok.
yeah, you can see on TikTok
In a few days.
at
At
Brian
Brian
Barczyk.
In a few
And
days.
in a few days, and but she's just, listen, snakes. This is the thing. When someone says their snake is 300 pounds, I don't believe them.
There's no way.
I don't think so. I don't think it's possible to have a 300-pound snake. I think 200, yes.
Oh, yeah,
220,
yeah.
220, yes. Because when you have a 150-pound snake, you can't pick it up.
Right,
It's
right.
legitimately impossible to pick up a 150-pound snake. And I'm not saying anyone's a liar. I'm just saying that
They're not a
people
truther.
No, I just think that people think their snakes weigh more than they do.
Well, we know that for a
Well,
fact
it's
because
so
when we lift up
true.
Sunrise, we say like, "Oh, she's 80 pounds," and it's like
Yeah.
she's 40.
Yeah,
Well,
she's
before,
which I think she's probably 60 now.
Probably now,
55,
yeah.
55. But she feels like 100.
That's my point. Yeah,
yeah.
Like before a few years ago, when like I don't know, we started working here every day and stuff, and obviously we weigh the animals
Yeah.
occasionally. But before I had any like experience weighing the animals,
Mm-hmm.
when I would look at them, I would guess 3 times what they would weigh. If it was
I
a
agree.
50-pound animal, oh, that's 120.
Yeah.
And then you weigh, 45. You're like, what?
I think Sunrise was probably the most surprising.
Shocking, yeah.
because I was telling people since the day we were open, and she's doubled her size. and since the day we were open, I was telling people 70 pounds. and then we got her on a scale, she was like 35.
Isn't that? But she
You know?
felt 70.
But she felt 7. Now she probably is 55, 60, but she feels 100.
yeah.
Do we?
You know?
Do you think our technique of weighing's wrong?
No, I don't think so at all. I think it works. So basically what we do is we take a scale, we step on the scale, we tear
Zero
it
it
out,
out,
so
yeah.
zero it out without our body weight, and then we hold the snake. So you are getting an accurate
I know.
depiction of what the snake
But
weighs.
it's just so crazy.
But yeah.
Like I still get it wrong. Like I was guessing 150 for Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was fair.
Yeah. And it's not that
She
far off,
feels. I mean, she feels way heavier than that, so I can understand why you would say that.
Yeah,
Because
she's
even lifting up a chunk of her body feels like 100
yeah.
pounds.
And
I mean,
she
it takes
just
2
looks
people
it.
to lift her up to put her on my shoulders.
Yep.
You know, like it's like I can't do it myself. It's impossible.
How is it the weight that it is? You would think
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, because 2 strapping lads, picking
Yeah.
that thing up
It
should
must
be
be
nothing.
weak, huh?
Yeah,
they
it's
must
for
be
sure.
weak,
Yeah,
yeah.
they ain't doing shit out there.
We got
I wonder.
dropped.
Wait, one last thing. I wonder like what. So if we measured the length,
Mhm.
because like Jay was saying, you pick up a piece of her,
Yeah,
it's just like ooh.
yeah.
So I wonder if we could like divide out the weight times the length to see like how much per foot.
per foot?
Yeah.
Like mass, the mass of it, pretty much.
Yeah, probably. I would be interesting to have a program, being that obviously the head and the tail are going to be a lot less.
Yeah.
So you probably have to enter a lot of complicated things.
It'd be calculus. Yeah. Bless.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It'd be some
Sneezy,
differential calculus right there.
sneezy. Yeah,
The
differential.
musk and
And I'm good on
Parallel.
that. I don't got 4 hours for that problem.
Yeah.
Draco at Kodak says, "Congrats on the new grandbaby. Baby Noah is next."
Noah's next.
Dude.
Yeah, maybe a little bit later in life.
telling me, man.
Yeah, he needs a couple chitlins.
A couple children. Some children.
Like children coming around.
I wouldn't mind. Like, I mean, not right now,
Right.
but you know,
Yeah.
I want him in the future.
Sure.
In the future, though.
Yeah.
I know.
No, I think you got time.
I like.
Kid, Jade's 8 years older than you, so you've got 8 years to just be in the same spot.
Are you trying to catch her?
Yeah,
Do you want to
she's
beat her?
fine.
You guys have like a rivalry where it's like, I want to
think-
get him before
I think
her.
these days it is rare for
don't care.
people to have them in the early 20s, kids in
Very,
their 20s.
unless you
It's
like,
now it's like 30
Whoa.
is about average. I'd say late 20s, early 30s.
I'd say
is-
for planned parents.
I
Yes.
was-
yeah, planned.
for
planned.
planned.
Yeah,
Yeah, planned parents. I'd say
yeah.
30s is probably most common.
Unless
That
you're
still
just
happens.
like a,
Hoeing,
You're
There's
hooking.
teenagers. I mean, not even like late teens.
13, 14.
14ers popping out fucking.
yeah. Yeah, that's tough.
Chitlins. What'd you say?
Chitlins. Yeah, I think it would be. Yeah, I mean, we were young. I was 20. Your mom was 19, right? You know, so that's and that was
my
not,
mom was 23,
and that was not planned.
That was like back then, though. Like
And
everyone
it was, a lot more people back then did have babies when they were like, if you were mid 20s, you're like, what are you waiting for?
Yep.
You
yeah,
know,
I mean, you guys thought you were only living to 40 back then.
Yeah, I don't know
No,
what
I
happened,
thought-
dude.
No, I was hoping I was going to live past 40.
People were dying at 50 back then.
Well, no, come on now.
I'm
No,
serious. I figured. I literally the other day I was talking to Nanny,
yeah.
and she said that like one of our relatives died at 50 from a fucking heart attack.
Yeah, that was my uncle. Yeah, Uncle Fatty.
He was like,
Yes, it's literally what they called him.
Stop.
I swear to God, he was called Uncle Fatty.
yeah, and I was like, oh wow, how old was he? 55. And I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
what?
And then she's like, "Yeah, he
But
really
again,
had a long life."
the thing about that
Right.
side of the family was that he was overweight.
He called him Uncle Fatty.
Uncle
for a
Fatty.
reason.
I never saw him.
and that which is just horrible.
Horrible.
It's funny. Like since I was a kid, I knew him as Uncle Fatty.
Hey, there's Uncle
You know,
Fat.
He died. He died when I was like fucking 6 or something like that.
You
I remember
called him Uncle Fatty.
Uncle Fatty was everyone called him Fatty. I call him Uncle Fatty, and his brothers would call him Fatty.
Oh man.
You know, and he was. I mean, he was overweight. He wasn't like huge.
But this is why your
he was
generation
overweight.
could take a joke and ours
Yeah.
can't, you know,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
guys call you're like, "Hey, what's up, fat fuck? What's going on, Uncle Fatty?"
Uncle Fatty.
That's so messed up.
Yeah,
but
and,
it works.
I still to this day I don't know what his actual name is. Like I don't know. I just
on
know it was
the
Uncle Fatty.
eulogy, you know, the little card you get at the funeral,
yeah,
it said
yeah.
Fatty
Yeah,
on it.
Fatty. Yeah,
Fatty Barcheck.
Fatimus.
And then think about this. I've never seen
about it.
my grandma on my mom's side's parents, so
No,
my
no one has,
great
yeah.
grandparents on
Right.
my mother's side. And I just assumed they'd be like old as shit if they were alive. And my grandma told me that this would be their 100th
Yeah,
birthday
100th
this
birthday,
year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I've
which
been
is
alive
old.
for 20 years. So they've died. They died in their 70s.
Oh no, they died way earlier
They died when
because
she was a teenager.
I never met them, and I've been with your mom for 30 years.
I actually remember when Grammy was a fucking teenager.
Yeah.
They died.
Well, the one thing you got to remember about Uncle Fatty and your
Grandma
grandmas,
Dum Dum.
yeah, is that alcohol abuse and
That's
not
true.
taking care of you. I mean, people have always died old and died young.
Yeah.
It depends on how you take care of yourself. I think what's happening, why it seems like longevity is a little further, is number one, people realize smoking cigarettes isn't that good for you.
Yeah, I've heard about
And, you know that drinking excessively isn't good for you. And I think medically we have better things. And I think
sure.
we just overall, as a species, take better care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we're more health conscious. You know, a 50-year-old back maybe 50 years ago was totally out of shape and
Yeah.
you know, blah, blah, blah.
Now you look at 50-year-olds now, they look like what 30-year-olds look like when we were growing up.
Seriously, yeah. 50 is like 30. And you know,
There's also,
so-
you got to remember too, that like the numbers are skewed now, but it is a little bit, right? Because like when you look at, 30,000 years ago, people lived to an average of 30. That's not, that doesn't mean like every human died before 30. It means
lots
so
of
many
people died at
children,
2 and 3.
yeah, so many children died that it brings the average down
It
to
was
30.
funny. I was
Did
up
you
in Grand Marais, where my family came from,
Oh,
up
yeah.
in the UP, and we went to this is when my uncle was alive, not Uncle Fatty, but Uncle Bill was alive, and we went to the cemetery, and it was shocking. And now I know. The date. Now now it's perfectly clear to me what happened. It was 1912 and 1913. There were just hordes of under 2-year-old graves.
Yep.
Under 2 years old. I mean, like
Spanish flu,
like
right?
probably exactly Spanish flu, the last pandemic. You know,
A slew of dead kids.
Yeah,
Like,
so it was like 1918 is what it was to 1920, right in that range.
Isn't it fun?
And it was crazy because I mean, there were like I say a quarter of the cemetery were under 3 years old. Let's say. It's crazy.
like a little Toys R Us parking lot in there.
Yeah.
I find it funny how remember Trump tried to call it the Chinese flu.
The Kung
Flu.
Kung
He did
flu.
Kung
Yeah,
flu
yeah, Kung flu.
and Chinese flu.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But we call it the Spanish flu.
That's
Yeah.
why people were
Yes.
upset when people. I think like calling it the Chinese virus, I didn't care about, and I don't even care about Kung Flu, but that's definitely a comedian's joke.
Yeah,
not a
the Kung
president.
flu was definitely a little bit
Great joke though.
Yeah.
Great joke. I mean, shit.
Yeah, you gotta give him credit for some zingers, man. I mean, he's. I will say,
So
I mean, it's not
crazy.
as entertaining having the president we have now.
No.
Still pretty funny watching him talk.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
try to talk.
He was born in a basket.
yeah. I had a bunch of 2x4s when I was a kid. Like,
I walked him down the street.
my house had mud on the walls and hay on the
Yeah.
roof.
Yeah,
TikToks are the best.
That guy rips, dude.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, right? Because there was the one guy that was great at doing Trump.
Yeah.
Remember on TikTok,
He
was
used
the
to
Trump
too.
guy.
That Biden guy.
Oh,
he used to do Trump back in the day too. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but I always think of the guy that
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that everyone saw that did Trump. Like he's kind of gone. Like his career's over because he didn't move on to Biden. I guess this guy moved on to Biden.
Yeah, he pivoted.
He pivoted. Good for him, man.
Smart man. Becky says,
what's up?
Yay, I've missed the podcast, and throws a heart for love.
Hey, Becky.
Yeah, I missed the podcast.
Yeah, I've missed it.
We haven't done it.
Oh, I see what I thought she meant she missed it.
You're like, but you're here right now.
You're here right now, Becky.
Yeah.
What's your?
We missed you too.
Yeah, we missed you too. But yeah, no, it's nice. And unfortunately, we're not going to be here Saturday, obviously.
Yeah.
Was
And then
that New Year's Day?
New Year's Day.
Yeah.
It'll be New Year's Day, but we're not going to do a podcast on
Are we
New
back
Year's
next
Day.
Saturday?
No, so it'll be a week from Saturday because next Wednesday you can't do it because Jay's going to be with me.
Yeah.
We're traveling out of town to do a secret collaborative video.
Don't tell anybody.
So we'll be gone for a few days.
Which is great. It'd be awesome.
And so then we'll be back on Saturday. First Saturday podcast in for like 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a long time,
And
dude,
then
for sure.
and then we'll be back to normal scheduled things. And I've got a few people. I talked to Robbie today.
Who, Kezi?
Kezi.
Oh, that'd be cool.
He was happy about the
Oh, yeah?
he said it
Good,
looked really good. And he
tried to
gave
expose
me a couple
him.
ideas that were pretty interesting.
Oh, sweet. I'm glad to hear. I can't wait to
Yeah.
hear.
Well, I have my podcast idea because I want to do a new one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily want to leak it on here, but I don't know what kind of guests I want to have on and where to find these guests.
Well, talk to me
But-
after. Let's figure it out.
My idea, I actually like it a lot.
Okay.
I've told you the name before. It was the last name I told you.
Yes.
But it's going to be so much fun if we can actually do it. I'll enjoy it. It has a proper theme to it.
Right.
So it's not just random every week. It'll have a actual theme that is, I think it's going to, if we do it and we can find proper guests every single week,
Yeah.
I think it can be a hit.
Yeah, we were on a roll on Saturday nights with guests for quite a while, and then of course, travel happened and holidays
and all that
happened
stuff,
and
yeah.
everything like that. And so we'll get back to it. And I know,
Wickens wanted to come on.
yeah, I talked to him. He said he was going to come. I've got a few other people that are lined up for January, February.
We gotta
so
get a bunch of
we'll start
Florida
to get-
people up here too.
Yeah,
Chris and
I know.
Gabby
Yeah,
and
Chris
all
and
that
Gabby
stuff.
want to
Are
come
they
up.
allowed
and-
up here north?
They don't like it. I talked to Robbie today. I said, "Hey, do you want to come up for a podcast?" And he
"Not
was
till
like, "I'll wait
spring."
till spring."
Yeah, that's how they all
He said
are.
it was 82 degrees there today, and I was like, "It's actually pretty warm here."
It was
today."
pretty nice today.
Like 40 degrees, and he's like 40. I was 82 here.
There's
I'm like,
snow
yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah, there. Yeah,
But
it's
it's
melted.
melted.
Be
It's
so
melted though.
good to go. Like when we were driving in this morning, I was just thinking, damn, we could get some good pictures.
I know. Dude, it was
Because
so,
all the snow was like evaporating or
so,
something.
yep. So you get like
Yeah.
the really low dense fog.
Mhm.
And it just reminds me of like Amityville Horror. Anytime I go outside
wow.
and there's fog out and then you just see the dead trees and stuff, oh, it just gets me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary.
I like it.
I wonder if there's a photographer that just photographer
Photographers.
carcasses.
That sounds like
Carcasses. If you you think if there's
in
a photographer size of
Arkansas.
Carcasses?
In Arkansas.
In Arkansas? Or Texarkana.
can't text our
So
kids.
wait, are you saying like is there a person that just photographs carcass?
Carcasses.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's gotta
Oh,
be.
there's
dude.
gotta be.
There's gotta
I
be.
actually,
That's a niche.
Aaron has some extremely
What the fuck?
Brutal.
disturbing.
I've
but,
seen.
But,
I've
but
had his
also,
Instagram.
But he when we did the piece in Africa on the rhino.
Yeah.
And there was a carcass.
probably had a great shot
And
in
he has some pretty incredible
Emotional shots,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
emotionally damaging shots. But
Seriously, no, I
But
agree.
yeah, no, he did.
But they're
take
important
some
photos to
yeah.
take.
Yeah, that was a really tough experience.
I couldn't
to be
imagine,
involved in,
man.
to see, you always hear about like rhino poaching or elephant poaching or tiger or lion poaching, but until you actually see it in person, you don't realize it just feels so like such a waste of life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Taking
like,
advantage.
yeah,
of it
you're
too,
like, oh my
yeah.
God, there's this beautiful, majestic, like, I mean, if you
Megafauna,
really
yeah.
think about a rhinoceros, that's a dinosaur.
It's a
You know, I
unicorn.
mean I mean that's like an animal that doesn't even seem like it should belong on the planet. You know,
Right.
it's just thousands of pounds of like bizarre foldy skin
Covered in armored plating.
Yeah, covered armored plating with this big horn, and then some asshole takes its life for its horn.
For reasons that aren't even real.
Yeah, that
you know what I mean? For pseudoscience.
Yeah, and it's just so when you know, like I didn't even realize I was going to be that emotional when I got there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I heard about it. We're at a place in Bella Bella, and this guy named Scott was like, "Hey, I just got word that my neighbor found a poached rhino. Would you like to go see it and do a piece on it?" And I was like, "I think we have to. You know, we're here in Africa. That's a very important story of what's happening on the continent of Africa." And but even like heading over there, which was probably a 10-15 minute ride, I didn't realize how intense it was going to be. And then when he got there, it just the emotion just overflowed, just with this like sadness of like, why is this happening?
Right.
Why and
It's evil shit.
Yeah. Now I don't blame, listen, I don't necessarily blame the people that are doing it, because you got to remember, they're not Americans, number one. They're raised, this is what I've always said. And when you're talking about a rhino horn that's worth $120,000 to $200,000 for a rhino horn, if you think about that, like this is what I would have to ask an American. Is say you don't have a job, you're barely you're supporting your family, and I'm going to give you $5 million to kill a rhino, which is probably about equivalent to what 120, maybe even more than 5 million. Yeah. Quite frankly, 120 to 200,000, maybe more than 5 million. Would you do it? Now, of course, I would say no, because there would be no amount of money that you could give me to kill an animal like that, or any animal that I can avoid. I get sick killing rodents. You know what I mean? I hate even killing rodents to feed snakes. But I think a large portion of the population of America would kill a rhino for $5 million.
Yeah, and that's in America, where even if you have no job, whatever, there's still opportunity.
Right. Yeah.
Right. You're living in a place where not only is there no job, but there's not that much opportunity to get a job if you wanted to.
Yeah. So exactly. So what I blame the people paying $120,000 or $200,000. Those are the people to blame.
Yeah. Because anyone's going to do stuff for capitalism, free market, right?
Yeah, and when these people are like life-changing money to kill a rhino, to save their family, to be able to, they can't put food on the table, and all of a sudden they're going to be rich,
So stupid.
It's so that's what people don't understand, the dynamics. I think that everyone just thinks that the people killing them are just evil, rotten people. I don't think so at all. The other thing you got to remember is that, through the travels I've done around the world, most places, third world countries in particular, do not put the same value on animals that we put on.
Yeah.
We look at dogs and cats as like, as and not just us. Europe is the same way, and there's obviously Australia is this way and stuff like that as well, where there's lots of places in the country, in the world. China's a good example, right? Is that, I remember going to a turtle place that, number one, the turtles were kept terribly. But more importantly, and I think I've told you this story before, there was a cute little puppy that was like outside, that was just in like a fenced-in area, and it came over wagging its tail, and when we pet it, it pissed like it had never been petted before.
Yep.
Like it literally was like terrified of the fact that we were petting it. And so you could tell it like wanted the attention, but had no idea what the hell was going on. And it literally was pissing itself. Because it was it's
a different type of culture with animals.
And so it's hard for Americans to not understand that we think of things differently. And I'm not saying we're better or worse. I'm just saying that it's different.
And I don't know. Like, so tell me how you feel about this, right? So, alligators in the United States were obviously super endangered at one point, but because of leather and food and hunting and stuff, they become much more prevalent, right? Are you okay with something like that? Like, if there was a way to say do that with rhinos and you're farming them for horns, but it gives more rhino population, I look at that as a okay thing as long as it's kosher.
Well, there's Tom Crutchfield, I think, coined the term conservation through capitalization.
Yeah, it's a great way to put it.
So what you have to, again, when you look at one of the greatest success stories in conservation, it was really the great white sharks in South Africa. Right. Back before the 50s, they were hunting them almost into extinction in South Africa, and then they realized that they could make more money by taking people out on ecotourism and have them shark dive.
They're now
you
worth
know?
more alive
and now
than
they're
dead,
worth
right?
more alive than they are dead. And so what happened is it became illegal to kill great whites, because all of a sudden it was $100 million a year business to take out tourists, right?
Yeah, and if you don't have great whites, you can't take them out.
Right. And so I think that is, and we do know, I think that the hardest thing about this is that we do know you got to remember a rhino horn is like a toenail or fingernail.
Keratin, yeah.
And you can anesthetize them, and they do, by the way. About half of the preserves that we went to, the rhino horns were cut off.
Yeah, so that no one can poach
so
them,
you
right?
you could literally anesthetize a rhino, chop its horn off, it wakes up, it's fine. It can live 100%. And now you have the horn that you can sell. The downside is that they chop the horn off, and then the government doesn't allow anyone to sell that horn. So the reason they're doing is it's just so that people don't kill the rhino. They're like, hey, listen, we're going to take its horn, so if you kill it, you don't get a horn.
Yeah.
But they should take that horn and commercialize it and flood the market to the point where it becomes invaluable. There's no
now
value.
no value.
There's no value to it. Now no one's going to kill the rhinos, and they have the ability to do that. Not to mention the 2,000 or so, black rhinos that are left in South Africa. You can harvest those horns about once a year.
Oh, really?
So you can have about 2,000 rhino horns with living creatures per year, which is more than the demand for rhino horn. And you could do that for 10 years, and then all of a sudden that demand would just go away.
Yeah, it would be like alligators, like products in Florida, right? You can find them at any gas station, anywhere,
Yeah, you want rhino horn? We got your rhino horn right here. Here it is.
I think that's the move for everything. Is
so I
like,
don't understand how no one's ever came up with that, to be honest with you.
Me neither.
And like I said, the actual preserve that the government has of rhino horns, because when you cut a rhino horn off, you've got to give it to the government, and they actually keep it housed. And microchip it in the whole shot like that, so that it can never be sold, which doesn't make any sense. So there's a stockpile of rhino horn that is just wasted.
Yeah. Now you're just taking this rhino horn for no reason.
Anyways, got on a long rhino.
Hey, it's important
but
stuff.
But no, kind of concentrate. I mean, listen, you can follow the great white sharks, the American alligator, the saltwater crocodile, the Nile crocodile, Siamese crocodile. You can follow all of those things, and what saved the species from critically endangered was capitalization, to be able to somehow make those animals more valuable alive than dead.
Yep.
Now, granted, if you're farming, you're going to eventually kill them, but
But you're also farming, so you're growing more,
right?
Constantly.
Alligators are literally in the 70s, they thought alligators may go extinct.
Yep.
And now they're a nuisance animal.
Yeah, now they're like getting trapped or killed because there's so many.
Yeah, they do, i.e. Swamp people or whatever it is.
Tiffany says, by the way, new snake's name is Sizzy, so I will have Lizzie, Fizzy, Mizzy, Jizzy, and Sizzy. And I would...
Jizzy?
What's that?
What
was that? A leucistic Texas rat?
That's crazy.
Okay.
And then she says... maybe this is about Ivy. She says, and I would think looking at them, they look heavy, so they're heavy. I'm thinking she's talking about maybe the big snakes.
Yeah. They do look heavy, and they are impressive. They're impressive animals. But,
Jizzy though.
Yeah, got to tell us what that story is about.
Yeah, tell us all about Jizzy.
Oh, look at Andy in the house.
Gabs, the man. He says, in Massachusetts here, tons of the graveyards are 16 to 17th 1700th era, and is incredibly rare to find people older than 50. Lots of kids too.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? And by the way, hey Andy, what's up, bro? Hope your holiday was good.
Hell yeah, brother.
I think that I think that when we were kids, longevity was the same.
Yeah.
I don't think that has changed since.
But great grandfathers.
But yeah, 1800s, 100%.
That's because you got the common cold and died back then, or like an infection in your toenail and you're dead.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. There's so many things that you can get now that you can cure that you couldn't cure.
I mean, really, we're down to like
100 years
crazy
ago.
viruses and cancer.
Hopefully, we aren't going to have any crazy viruses.
No, I mean like even like Lyme's disease
let's hope no crazy viruses.
Yeah,
man, I tell you what, if I've never man, I was literally talking to my therapist today. I'm just so fatigued.
Oh, that's a good word for it.
I'm just so fatigued about this virus. I'm just so done with it, and I just can't wait till it's like. Do you remember the day when we had that pandemic back in the the 19,
know.
yeah,
The
the
19
yeah, the 2020s,
1670s.
2020, 2021. You know what I mean? I can't wait till there's a day that we talk like it is in past tense.
Right, exactly.
You know, because it's exhausting, man. It's exhausting, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
I
but
don't focus on it.
no, I know you guys don't, and I try not to focus on it, but I mean, it's all around us,
and also
right? You
there's
know?
a difference, and I always try to remind myself this, that you own a business, so it's
Yeah.
different. You're also not just worried about like your health or something, but hey, is my business going to be open? You know what I mean? I understand that.
Well, I think that's the thing that I mean, we've made it this far without any major outbreaks within our crew, but I think if there's ever been a concern of mine, it's now, you know, because now it's so contagious that if one of us gets it, we're probably all getting it. And that probably means, now thankfully, now even CDC says 5 days, you know, chances are if the worst case that happens, we're going to miss a weekend at the zoo. But, you know, hey, listen, you know, if the entire crew got sick, you know, I'd be here every day working on I mean, the animals don't just say, all right, well, we're just not going to take care of you for the next 5 days. So no matter what, and that's, I guess, my fear now, you know, and maybe it's irrational. I shouldn't be thinking about the fear, but there is that little bit of fear in me that says like, oh, please don't let this hit us, you know, and you know, because again, we're seeing that all around us where, you know, places are shutting down for a week or two and because their staff is just decimated by it, you know, so.
It's decimated by it. Lindsay says, catching a few minutes of the podcast while driving for work. You still having my girl Nicole on soon, Brian? She's excited. Happy New Year's to all. That's Love Bugs, right?
Yeah, Love Bugs. Yeah, we definitely. That's one of the January guests. I've got to reach out to Nicole and see. She was supposed to be on last month, but it was this time when Chris from Garden State Tortoise came.
Gotcha.
And so it was kind of a mess up on me. I double scheduled that. So she's local, so it wasn't a problem because she's right down the street. So, but yeah,
So
we'll definitely.
Is it Love Bugs?
Yeah, it's Nicole from a company called Love Bugs. They do bugs, you know.
You've met her before.
Yeah,
once.
she's super nice, and she'll be a good guest.
Yeah,
it'll
she'll be cool.
It'll be fun to talk about, you know, bugs and other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, talk about Lindsay and all her stuff, you know.
Yeah, we'll talk about Lindsay.
Yeah.
There's some dirt.
Yeah, let's
We're
get some
gonna
dirt.
Uncover.
Slacks Family Adventures says, thanks
Wow.
to you, I went from afraid to owning 3 balls.
Awesome. Good
Lucky,
job.
usually just get
Slacks
2.
Family Adventures. That sounds like it's got to be a vlog channel.
That sounds
or an
good.
aspiring vlog channel. Speaking of vlog channels, did you see all the drama with like the Ace family and stuff like that with their house and all kinds of stuff? It's like,
Oh, you were telling me
it
about
sounds
this.
terrible.
Yeah.
Like they lost their house and now they might have been done like mortgage fraud.
Wasn't he like sleeping with everybody?
That family is so jacked, man. I don't understand how they like still get millions of views. You know what
They
I
still
mean?
post?
They still post about once a week.
Damn.
About once a week they post, and it gets anywhere from like 1 to 5 million views
Whoa.
every post, you know. And now, granted, they have 20 million subs, and you know I think there was a time where they got 5 to 10 million views every video they posted.
Still
So
a
they
lot.
definitely lost, but they definitely are still getting plenty of views. And it's a kids channel, really. You know, that's the thing that's so
Wait,
shocking.
really?
It's like a family kids channel. Like I think mainly kids watch their channel, and like you said, you know, allegedly him and his father would like make you sign NDAs, and he'd be sleeping with everybody and their brother, and you know, having these sex parties and stuff like that. That's alleged. I don't know it. I don't know them, and I don't want to talk or spread rumors about them. So maybe they're fantastic people.
That's great. Good pivot.
There's a little bit of smoke and fire there.
That's crazy, though, man. I can't believe that they'd be doing all that. And like now it's all, I guess, public, right? So
Yeah, it's it's a weird world. The YouTube world is such a bizarre world. You know what I mean?
Kidding.
Like I used to watch like, is Drama Alert still around? Like he's got to be, right? I just haven't watched him in so long that he doesn't come up in my news feed. But
Yeah.
but Keemstar, you know, there's literally like entire YouTube channels that are spent just talking about the drama in the YouTube community. You know,
wow, that's
and,
crazy.
And it's because it is always so crazy with all the weird things, and you know, obviously the Paul brothers are always heavily in the news, and
Oh, dude, they stay being talked about. For
they
sure.
stay relevant, man. You gotta love them, man. I saw that Dana White responded to
Jake?
to Jake. Jake is, you know, just relentless, you know.
Yeah.
Dana said, he said, hey, you know, Jake's always calling me a cokehead. He said, I got a deal for you, Jake. He said, you can test me every day for the next 10 years for cocaine if I can test you for the next 2 years for PE, for
PPE, yeah.
PD or whatever. It's a performance-enhancing drugs. Because there's a lot of rumors that Jake is doing steroids, but I don't really see it.
He doesn't look that
He doesn't
big.
look jacked.
He looks like himself.
Yeah.
He's 20-something.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks jacked. I mean, he looks like natural to me.
First, people are like, "Oh, the whole thing's rigged," and they're like, "He's taking steroids. That's why I can knock people out."
You
Yeah,
just
I think he's
work out every day and you're 20 years old.
Yeah, he's a monster.
You look good.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I think people just want to hate. I'm sure they were hating on Muhammad Ali back in the day. Not that I'm putting those two in the same bracket, but you know what I'm saying. Like
anyone who's big gets hate.
Yeah,
Brian's saying that Muhammad Ali and Jake Paul.
Well,
are
the
the
reason,
exact same thing.
ironically enough, the reason that came up is that there was an impulsive, where the title was Jake Paul is the next Muhammad Ali.
Oh, that's getting a lot of views.
And that was clickbait, I'm sure.
But great clickbait.
But it's certainly.
It's
No,
a
you
shame
look
that
tired
it's you do.
He just needs to fight a boxer. We're just talking about good stuff. No, yeah, let's fight a boxer that's actually
relevant
fights.
Yeah, well, number one, obviously he had a boxer lined up, and the boxer backed out.
I know,
so it wasn't like he was avoiding a boxer. And I think that from a Jake Paul standpoint, him fighting a no-name boxer is probably not as good as him firing a UFC guy that's going to create a tremendous amount of buzz.
I don't want a no-name boxer. I want a name boxer.
Yeah, who's the top right
now?
Well,
it's funny. He called out Canelo, but the problem is that
that's too high.
Well, number one, Canelo is probably pound for pound the best fighter in the world.
That's what I'm saying. That's too high.
But number two, I think that can you look up Canelo's weight class?
He is
boxing weight class.
He's a smaller guy.
He's a lot smaller.
I think
I think Jake is about 200 pounds. I think Canelo's like 155.
Yeah, that's him, Canelo.
Yeah, I wonder what his weight class is.
Welterweight or light middleweight.
Oh yeah, so he's 145, 155. I mean, you can't, a 200 pounder can't fight a 145, 155 pound guy. You know what I mean? I mean, they can. Mayweather fought Logan.
5'9".
Wow, 57 wins, 1 loss.
168.
Oh yeah, no, Canelo's the man. He's like I said, probably known as one of the best boxers on the planet. But Jake's calling him out. You can't fight that. You can't have a 50-pound weight difference. I mean, obviously, Jake did with, Logan did with Mayweather. But,
yeah.
But that wasn't really a boxing fight. I did see that. I'm sorry we're talking about the Pauls so much, but I find them. I am pretty. Number one, I know them as friends, and number two, I find them fascinating. But Jake said that Logan is the most decorated boxer that's never won a fight.
Decorated loser in boxing,
he's never won one fight.
Or the most high paid, right?
Yeah, I think he said most high paid boxer that's never won a fight.
Classic.
And now he's about to fight a guy that's going to put him to sleep.
Is he really fighting Tyson?
Dude, it's supposed to happen in January, February. It's supposed to. He's gonna go to sleep bad, man. It's gonna be bad. I mean, I
can't wait. I've never watched a Tyson fight. I was too young,
dude. It's gonna be spectacular, bro.
It's so good.
Yeah. Come on, Joe Rogan.
He actually said that. I saw something with Tyson where he said that he was high when he fought Holyfield. Like when he bit his ear off, he was stoned.
For sure,
he was
dude.
Stoned. That guy's like
it's
crazy.
funny. He bit his ear. I always thought he just bit his ear once.
Oh no, twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the fight. I watched it live.
I
watched
bit the ear off and I
felt
felt it in my mouth.
Yeah. Well, he was frustrated because, he was so used to going into that fight. Hardly anyone would last one round.
Yeah.
Like literally 99% of his fights were like 30 seconds
You got
long.
hit with that glove.
Yeah, he would just come in and bam, knock you out. He very rarely made it out of the first round. And Holyfield boxed him. And he was just frustrated because he couldn't hit him. And Holyfield was just a superior boxer.
Yeah.
And so he got to a point where he was like, I'll just bite his ear off.
I love it, dude.
This is on live TV with like 15 camera angles. You're not getting away with biting someone's ear off.
Man, I'm just telling you, bro. Yeah, it's just, dude. And the thing that I love about Mike Tyson, though, is that he really transcended his career.
Oh my God. Like he's a legend.
Yeah, he could have just been the boxer that bit someone's ear off for the rest of his life, but he now he does this weed farm place and He's got podcasts. He's super big. He's very relevant still. It's really
he's
cool.
more relevant now than he's ever been.
It's really cool to see
And,
that.
Dude, that Jake Paul or the Logan Paul Impulsive podcast with Mike Tyson.
Oh, it's so good.
All those mushrooms.
I don't know if you watched the whole thing.
I didn't watch the whole
But
thing.
literally, he did like an eighth of mushrooms.
He's been. Dude.
And he's not just like, most people will eat them and then swallow them like immediately.
Because they taste like shit.
He kept them like packed in like a lip.
No.
Like
So it was
for
just keep on
an
like,
hour.
oh my God.
So like more than half the podcast was very muffled.
It's like, listen, bro. Like, I got
because
all
he had
these
just
fucking
a
mushrooms.
big old, he didn't swallow any of it. He chewed it, sucking all the juice out. And so he's doing it like a dip of lip. Fucking tobacco.
That's crazy.
And he's
man.
like, you guys suck all the power. It's crazy too, because like he starts to swallow it when he starts to trip.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude,
I
he's
couldn't
the-
imagine. I haven't tripped in like I said since I was 17 years old on anything. I can't. I
It's
mean,
overwhelming.
I
It
couldn't
is.
do it, man. I couldn't do that. It's
Oh,
like,
you
It's
can.
overwhelming.
You can. It's good for your soul.
I mean, it probably
while.
is good. Like we've talked about it before, whether it's
Yeah.
ketamine or
I just
anything,
think.
you know.
I just think.
Such a different
That's so
level,
heavy.
dude.
Yeah, I think.
What did they call it? Ketamine? What's the like?
Special K.
There's even something else that
Cat
they,
tranquilizer.
I don't know, man. Like I think there's a street term that like
I've just
It
heard
has a-
K, Special K. There's called
Yeah.
K-holing if you
yeah.
go into a K-hole. But anyway, my point is
Yeah.
think about it. I mean, let's just even do like mushrooms. Like they're literally, if you were a hunting gathering species on this planet, you'd run into trippy mushrooms pretty quick. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
sure, yeah.
So like it can't be bad for us to eat if they don't kill us. You know what I'm saying? So there's got to be something to it for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously the medicine men of South America and Native
They like that
Americans,
peyotes.
they always were brewing you up some hallucinogen. you
Yeah,
know?
they're like, oh, you
It's
have
like,
sinus infection. Come here real quick and take
Yeah,
this
yeah.
But you have to do
mescaline.
something. There's no TV,
And that's TV inside. That's inner TV, dude.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot, though. Like our lifestyle now that is so
Jam-packed.
so different even from when I was a kid. You
Oh,
got to remember that
yes.
that is one thing. Like, I mean, I don't think like we live longer now than I think.
No,
I'm
but the world's
still
a lot
within the
more
generation
complicated
But yeah,
now.
I mean,
We
it's like I
live
told
longer.
Noah. I told Noah this the other day. Like when I was a kid, there was black and white TV. There wasn't even colored TV. Now it's like you can't go 3 minutes. I mean, if I lose my phone, I literally almost have a panic attack. You know what I mean?
have a
Yeah,
panic
I'm like,
attack.
where's my phone? Where's my phone?
Yeah,
You know, it's like, and I don't like it. I really don't. I
It's
don't
weird how
like the
we've
fact that I'm
changed, though.
addicted to this constant stimulation. And
It is a crazy change. And I mean, but even just, think about it. Like when you were growing up, no, but like if you got lost on the side of the road or like say like your car broke down,
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have a cell phone. You just had to go knock on someone's door that was
Yeah.
hopefully nice and let
Yeah.
you in and call your mom or something or
Yeah.
please. Now it's like everything's so complicated. There's a million stores for every different thing you could possibly want. And
Yeah.
like there's
I
just
don't
so
think
much.
I don't think we're made to have this lifestyle is what I'm saying.
We're definitely not.
monkeys.
We're monkeys and
Yeah.
we're being treated
And-
like
and-
aliens.
Yeah, and so if you think back to, I know Noah talks about it all the time, like wanting to just like go off the grid for a while
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I do wonder, and the only thing I can remember is in my lifetime as an adult was when I went to Africa to do Brian in the Wild.
Yeah, a bit off the grid.
I spent almost 30 days in the bush. And we occasionally would have cell reception. I mean, like like you couldn't call anybody. You couldn't really look
could maybe
anything
get a
up.
text through or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. I might be able to text Lori, but most of the time, I mean, like you would never look at your phone because 99% of the time your phone had no reception at all.
yeah.
So your phone was like non-existent, right? There was definitely no TV. There was no radio. There was no anything other than just and you would literally spend from the time the sun came up till the time the sun went down, you'd be out adventuring in the wild,
Talking to each
Yeah,
other, telling
trying to
stories.
shooting video, shooting the episodes, trying to tell the story the best you could. And I've told the story before, but I remember when we wrapped up filming, the night before, we all the next day we were flying out. Everyone was flying out. We stayed in this like kind of nice hotel because we'd been staying like in bush camps and stuff like that the whole time. And so I'm like, hey, listen, let's all just get a nice, I'll pay for a nice hotel for the whole crew, and let's just get. And I remember going up into my room. and like laying on the bed. And I remember when I turned on the TV, it kind of hurt to watch it.
Yeah.
Like it was painful. Like literally it felt like for the first half hour I was watching TV, it was uncomfortable.
Yeah. Almost gives you anxiety.
It was like too much like sensory. After spending a month, literally every meal you eat is out on a barbecue. You know, they call it a braai. Like, you know, you're completely detached from, I mean, we had cars, so we're driving, you know, but other than that, you're detached from like anything. Like you don't know. I mean, anything could have happened in America and I wouldn't have known about it. Like no, you know, I could, you know, maybe every third day I'd even get a chance to text or say hi to your mom, you know what I mean, every now and then. But most of the time, there's not even that. I was just gone.
I wish that was my life.
Well, it's an interesting thing. And I know like Matthew McConaughey said that, you know, until he had kids in his career, he would do that. Like every couple years, he would just go for 2 weeks to the Amazon by himself. Like by himself.
Somebody.
No, he would like go there and like assimilate into like some like tribe for like 2 weeks. You know, with like nobody else with him.
Imagine Matthew McConaughey. Hey guys, like just wondering if I can hang out with y'all in your base camp here tonight.
Yeah.
Here to sell you a Lincoln.
Yeah.
But he said something about like
It's probably great for you, man.
I mean, he said that that's how he always would center himself.
It is.
It's just by taking these 2 weeks respites that were like, you know, off the grid. Like
gives
hey,
you
we're
that
not doing
contrast in
anything,
life, you know, to show you what's meaningful and what's really not, you know.
But our life is so complicated. I don't know how I could ever take 2 weeks off. You know what I mean? Not just because of the vlog, but we run all these businesses. We got the Reptarium. I mean, how do you literally go like, guys, I'm checking out and I'm done. You know, don't talk to me again for 2 weeks.
Have that. Yeah. I want the ability to take 4 months off. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
But that's the dream. That's the dream, baby.
I need just like a fucking tan. I'm losing it, man. I can't even speak English anymore. That's why I need the 4 months off. I need a tent and a jet boil.
Oh, and then you're good. You're set.
I think that's all I need.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Pillow.
2 weeks, I think, is enough. I think if I could somehow scrape 2 weeks together and just like peace out for 2 weeks, like literally turn my cell phone off.
That's dude.
You know,
it
like,
literally change your life.
Yeah, just shut it down for 2 weeks. I think. But I wonder where you'd even go.
Me too, dude. Really
like where do you go for 2 weeks where there's like no television? There's no
Pacific Northwest. I mean, you can go, most of the world and most of the country too.
Just go.
Go out to you can go out to Utah if you want. Go to Arizona.
You can go a few hours north.
Yeah, you can go to the UP. Not even be able to talk to anybody.
You don't even have to go that far.
Yeah, that's true.
Go to Petoskey.
You can go to Stony Creek in the back by the nature center. You can't talk to a motherfucker out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not for 2 weeks.
Yeah, if you didn't go with the car.
If you go to Addison Oaks, they have a camp, like little cabins. You can go rent a cabin for 2 weeks.
How far is that?
I mean, for 30, 40 minutes from here.
What? They have cabins?
Dude, I know. I wanted to rent one so bad. I almost rented one on Christmas. It's probably like $60 for the night. And they got fireplace right on the lake, dude.
I think I'd rather go to like Colorado, though.
I thought you were going to say a Hampton. I was going to
like,
lose my shit, bro. I was going to lose it.
They got DirecTV at Hampton.
Dude, I'm just trying to unplug a little bit.
So I unplug and watch some fucking
They got IMAX down there.
Guys, Judge Judy.
But what did you say? You'd rather go where?
Like Colorado.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Like
That's
in the mountains.
place.
In the mountains.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
get lost.
Or the desert. You know, the mountains or the desert.
Arizona. Maybe go out to Portal, visit a couple old friends.
Oh my gosh, Portal would be good.
I would rather go to the mountains than the desert.
I'd rather go to the mountains
Really?
in the desert. I'm fine with either.
Yeah, it can
No, because like the desert, man.
I love the desert.
I love the desert too. You can't talk me out.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite topography on the planet.
It's tough though.
Like I want to go to
Those
like
chapped
the
lips will get
true
you.
desert.
My lips are
like
chapped now.
I've never been to a true like I've been to the desert like the Mojave Desert. I've been to obviously all over Arizona, which is desert. But I want to go to like the dunes.
Let's
where
go
it's
to
like
Death Valley in
Sahara.
California, dude.
Death Valley would be cool too, but
It's still different, I
I
know.
still would like to go to like the Middle
Sahara.
East or something. Yeah,
Dubai
where it's like
or some
yeah,
shit.
like where it's like literally you go out
Dubai.
and there's nothing but sand. Like you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
see anything but
I
sand.
want to go to Namibia so
That
bad.
would
So
be
let's
amazing.
just do that.
How does Dubai work? Dude, like, say you're Well, they're all rich, right? Every single one.
so rich.
Every person there.
Well, the United Arab Emirates gives their citizens like huge money. Can you look this up really
fuck
quick?
do you mean? They
It's
give their
so
citizens
like
money?
how much does the UAE pay their citizens per year?
What? They pay them to be alive?
Yeah. If you're a UAE citizen,
$2,800 a month?
At least it says.
at least $2,800 a month.
And I love it. The police cars are fucking $2.5 million Bugattis
Oh my gosh.
and Lamborghinis. That's great.
Yeah.
Let me see. If I
Yeah,
can
did you see David Dobrik's video about that?
I didn't see his video. I saw that
He was with
there.
the police, and yeah, they were driving around in like you
Lambos.
said, Lambos.
Oh my
and
gosh,
Bugattis.
Bugattis.
Damn,
But yeah,
if
just-
you marry an Emirati woman,
This is
then
what
you
I'm
get 20
talking
grand.
about.
You get 20 grand, bro, to put
Dude,
up with her shit.
I was just
That's crazy.
This is where I was
Yeah.
leading to. I was leading to. I'm gonna go over there
Can we
and
move
marry
there?
them and get their money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it works that way. I think you got to be.
What?
I
It
think
just
you've got to
said-
be Middle Eastern to. I don't think
You
like.
can't marry.
I don't think a
Racist.
I don't think
Yeah,
very
that's real
many
fucked up.
Emirati families would allow you to marry their and give you money to do it. I could be wrong.
I mean, I think if you dress Noah up a little bit, he could pull off.
I'll wear the
Hey,
fucking
Arab.
thing.
The little
I'll wear a
kebab.
little headdress.
But yeah, is that crazy?
Yeah.
So what does it say? 8%
Lives on
of the income.
$2,800 monthly pension from having worked for
More
the
than I
government.
make.
Information here.
No.
Let's see, but it says Americans pay nearly 8% of income tax, monthly security. So yeah, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, you get
Yeah, minimum monthly pension is $2,800 a month.
yeah, minimum monthly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's bullshit.
So yeah,
What the fuck?
but
They're not like
Alright, cool, we're out.
completely free though. They can't smoke weed.
yeah. I don't know if Dubai is Dubai that way.
I think Dubai can do whatever they want.
I think it's like
Dubai, they'll kill you.
Is it like
I know
yeah,
Singapore's
like
like
jail?
They
that.
get life in prison. Look that shit up. Life in prison, Dubai. for
Yeah,
weed.
Singapore is definitely life in prison for marijuana.
I can't remember if they
But I don't know.
murder you or if they put you in prison for
I
life.
don't think they murder you.
You'd
But
be
maybe.
surprised.
I know Singapore, it's death if you have drugs on you, for sure. Dubai, life in prison for drugs.
For drogas.
For drugs.
Los drogas.
Life sentence for peddling and using drugs.
Nice.
Good.
That's how it should be, man. That's why we're so lazy.
We should be put in jail for 25 years for peddling drugs.
Yeah.
Speaking of that break, going to jail might be nice.
Oh gosh, man.
See, now you're thinking, now you're using your
Now
head.
that was
Noah.
like your Uncle Lee was that way.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I need a couple weeks off work.
Go
your
fight
uncle-
someone at the bar.
It's so funny, man. He
Would
used
he
to-
really?
Oh,
say
he
this
loved
shit
it.
like
He
that?
didn't. He was like, "Oh, dude, it's great. I can play chess. I can fucking just hang out with a friend."
Like, you can't do those things outside of jail. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
play chess
Yeah,
in there,
but
man.
you have to go to work. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
See, he never went to prison. He just went to jail.
To
you
jail,
know?
yeah,
So
yeah.
he'd be in there for like 30 days. But he'd be like, "Oh, it's great, dude. It's like a nice break, man. Just chill out. You just."
He would
you know,
tell me how much he hated the sandwiches, though.
Yeah, he hated the
said the
sandwiches. Yeah, he
sandwiches
said
were
the
shit.
sandwiches are bad. But he's probably the only person I know that seemed to enjoy his prison or his jail time. Now, again, if he would have went away for 5-10 years, maybe he wouldn't have enjoyed it that much,
Yeah.
or maybe he would have enjoyed it more because I mean,
It's like, oh, I made all these friends. you
Yeah.
know, it's like
I think
so
I don't know either one because I've never been to either, but I've heard prison is actually
Bragging.
can be easier than jail.
Jail's usually rough because it's
Yeah.
so many people coming and going, and
Yeah, and sometimes there's 5, 6, 7 people in a cell.
there's murderers that haven't been sentenced yet.
Yeah,
chilling
whereas
in
it seems
jail.
like what I've heard, and again, I don't want to go to either one. Just let's put it on the record there. But I've heard that when you're in a prison, people are like, "Hey, listen, I'm in here for the next 20 years. I just want to kind of live my life." You know.
And there's
what I mean?
also
Like,
people that are going to be like, hey, I'm in here for life, so I'll stab you in the face with this scissor right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
This
that's,
is nice.
that's true too. Yeah,
Mr.
You know,
Right.
like, I got nothing to live for, so
yeah, that's true too.
I think it matters where you get put. Like, if you went in for a violent crime, it's probably going to be scary.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I heard that sex offenders get it worse.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
all the
Oh,
people,
yeah.
all the people that are in jail
They're
are like,
actually
you're a
the
fucking piece
only
of shit.
people that aren't getting released from prison for COVID shit right now.
Sex
There are,
offenders.
yeah,
Oh,
they're the
okay.
only one. There's murderers.
Yeah,
getting,
let them out.
they're just forgiving their sentence.
Just like, yeah,
they're
you're
letting
done.
them free.
They're like, listen,
Just saying, you just get a second chance.
Was
Sex
that crazy?
offender?
Was
No,
that
no.
crazy shit when we were talking to my mom on Christmas, just before Christmas, and the first time in my life, by the way,
Yeah.
that I heard my great grandfather went to jail for murder.
no, stop.
My mom just throws this bomb at me.
On
She's
Christmas.
85 years old, and she's like, "Oh yeah, my grandpa, he went to jail for murder."
And for what?
I'm
What
like,
did he do? Did you know the story?
She
He was
didn't
just-
really say.
She didn't say,
we got to go to the public
but
records.
she
or
did
something.
say that like after 2 or 3 years, he was released because the governor
Yeah.
gave him a recused sentence because he had 8 children.
They're like, that's
13
punishment enough?
children. I
Is
think
that
it
what
was
it was?
13 children. And I think
Wow.
like my great grandmother went to the governor and asked him to
Please, we need his help over
yeah,
here.
like I've got 13 kids and I can't survive, and
they're like,
so he
well-
felt bad. I mean, this is my mom's story. I have no idea if she just made this shit up.
It's
or,
very possible.
You know, because I mean, I've never heard this story.
And
in
also,
my
like, how are you
entire
gonna
life.
fact check her? You know?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Was your family in the country by that time, or was this in like Poland or
No,
something?
no, that was my great grandparents are the first ones that came. Well, on one side, my great grandparents came on. The other side, my grandparents came on.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
so yeah, but yeah, most of my family was
Because
in the
my
country,
great grandparents are the ones that came here.
Yeah.
So they're with their parents. You
But
know?
yeah, this was this alleged story happened in this country. Yeah,
Good.
who he killed, I don't know. I mean,
It was JFK or something.
that's just
you know?
crazy to think that my great grandfather might have murdered somebody, might
Think
murked
about
somebody.
all like our ancestors that were cavemen.
Yeah.
They killed the shit
Isn't
out
that
of
crazy
everybody.
to think that we had ancestors that were cavemen?
Oh,
Of
for
course.
sure. You
Of
have
course.
to.
Yeah.
Sometime.
I mean, literally, you can trace all of our lineage back to like all of our, you know, what is it, the Y chromosome that comes from women?
Name's David.
And male is Y.
Okay,
Yeah,
so the
female
X
is
chromosome.
yeah.
Well,
you
not
could trace.
anymore.
Well, now we don't know what's going on. Z
Yeah.
chromosome.
Yeah.
But if you trace back everyone's, you know, like motherly X chromosome, it all goes to one. They call it the mitochondrial Mary, Virgin Mary,
Interesting.
or mitochondria Eve. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. So
Makes
it's like
sense.
our woman ancestor from
Yep.
millions of years ago.
Yeah, we're all related. Just
That
think of that
hoe.
next time
you're having sex.
having sex with your girl.
What's up, sis?
What's up?
cousin?
You're not supposed to do that.
Not this far north.
Yeah, not this far north. Not.
That's for sure.
Yeah, down south.
Our boy
it's all
Silver
right.
Cash.
Yeah.
Laura says, "Hi guys, love you all. Love all you guys do." Sorry, I had a
Thanks,
stroke. there for a
thanks,
second.
Laura. Thank you. Appreciate you
Thank you,
so much. We
Laura.
really do. I hope that you have a happy holidays.
Heck yeah.
Happy holidays.
Nope, Rope Exotics.
Rope.
He actually threw a couple, so I'll bang through them real quick. He says, "Much love from Boston."
yeah.
Got-
Yep. I heard you got the management position at Nerd.
Oh, cool.
Awesome,
What a
yep.
collection. The place is pretty dang impressive, and Kevin is the man.
Yes.
He also says, I don't
Yes.
think you can watch porn or drink there either, meaning in Dubai.
Oh, okay.
And then he says, Dubai.
I thought you meant at
drink.
Nerd. I'm
Yeah.
like, every time I've been to Nerd, I've seen people watch porn and drink. What are you talking
so
about?
right, too. And he comes back and says Dubai, not Nerd. Well, I don't think you can do those things at Nerd either, and
Oh,
you're
I think-
wrong.
I think you're wrong. I think you could do whatever.
Wait a
you
week,
want.
and then
Yeah.
you can figure it out.
What,
kidding me?
You can't drink in Dubai?
Yeah, that
can
might
you
be the
just
case,
Not
yeah.
have fun. What are you going to do with all that money they're giving you?
Ride dirt bikes out in the dunes.
Well, listen, I'd be
Skydive.
willing to bet the rich people are doing whatever they want.
Yep.
That's a good.
It's the
point.
poor
yeah.
class. It's the pauper class.
Yeah.
They want them working.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's cool that their poor class is way better than our middle class. So that's awesome. They're
it's-
crushing it.
They're crushing.
Morph Mixology, Jason says, "Hey Snake
up, man?
fam, I'm super jealous you got to play with lemurs and a jaguar. So
Yeah.
freaking rad. Looked like an awesome trip."
Yeah, it was a great trip.
a
I mean, it was a wild whirlwind of a trip of like just like we always do. We film a ton. We
Film
travel
12
a
days
ton.
of stuff in like 5 days. Is usually our move.
And what we do is we do that for two reasons. Number one, we want to usually it's when. Oftentimes we try to make these types of trips when we know we have something coming up that's going to take us away for a few 3, 4, 5 days without being able to film.
Yeah.
And we're leaving this weekend. We're leaving, and we'll be gone for 3 to 5 days. We don't know exactly how long yet.
And we can't really film
But
3
we
to
really
5
can't.
videos.
We really can't film any videos during that time. You
Yeah.
know, it's we're doing a collab with a big YouTuber that we're not going to be able to. Well, we hope we can maybe film one video out of the 5 days or whatever. You know what I mean? Like just like, hey, this is what we're doing and this is where we're going. But we don't even know if we're going to be able to do that. That I think I would say if I were going to put a
50-50.
I don't even think it's 50. I think it's 80% no, 20% yes. Now we can film a video. It's just that the person that we're filming with may not be in it.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I would say that's what I meant. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we
I
could
agree.
definitely film a video of the adventure and the travel. I don't know how good of a video it'd be,
it's gonna be good.
if the actual person isn't in the video. And it's hard to say. I mean, great guy. I think he would do it if the situation
it worked out. Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see what happens. So that's why we film a lot out in the front so that we're, but it
Able
does
to
feel
have that.
weird when you're in it. Like right now, we're so far ahead. We're just finishing our Florida trip, but we've been back for a week.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like it's kind of a weird scenario because normally we're only a day or two out in advance. So it's kind of a weird time right now. But again, as of next week, we'll lose most of the days that we gained and go back to a little bit more residence or whatever.
Mama Tomsky says, "Hi boys, I hopped on and hopped off. Or has anyone said a thing about that Santa Claus in the room has no more beard? Brian is back."
Yes. It's I guess
told
that's
you,
true. It's going to be
weird.
it's going to be New Year's Day is when you guys will get the video of me shaving.
Or the day
Or the day after New Year's.
New Year's.
Yeah, so
It's the
so
second.
there's still all the way till next Monday or next Tuesday before you'll see me shaving. So yeah, you guys, I do not have a beard anymore. So it was, listen, it was an experiment.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
It was the best of time. The thing that's funny, and Jay, you said this to me the other day, and it was kind of funny. One of the reasons why I kept my beard was I wanted the first picture with my grandchild of me with like a big gray beard. And it's funny because the two like really significant. Like when I got married, I had a mustache. The only time I've ever had a mustache in my life was for my wedding, and then of course now I've got a beard for my grandchild.
First day on this earth.
Yeah, and now I've shaved it right after. So
good.
So it is
Should have
kind of
done the mustache for the baby too.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, I should have done
More
that. Yeah.
prominent.
Yeah,
And I'm telling you, he had a little curl to it.
I know it
did,
was
it
getting
did.
good.
It did. have a little bit.
Your beard got pretty gnarly this year.
Yeah, I mean, it took 2 months. It took two full months.
That's about right,
Yeah,
though.
it's
That's
exactly 2 months to get where it was. Where most people could probably do that in 3 weeks. It took me 2 months, but this is the first time that
But it came in nice.
Yeah, it's the first time I had a beard that actually looked like a beard. I mean, I look like a homeless person, but I'm sure eventually I could have trimmed it up to make it look a little bit more.
If it would have gotten like another 3/4 of an inch longer, it would have started to fall instead of being sticking out. Because that's what makes it look like homeless is when it sticks out.
Yeah. I'm sure if I could have
You
waited
didn't
another
brush
month.
it at all either.
Yeah, I don't know that I could have. Could I have?
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Noah's brushing that right now. What he's got on
I
his
brushed
lip.
double.
He's been brushing that
Brushing
shit
his
for
double.
days, dude.
No, but I'm not. I didn't like it. I didn't like the feel of it that much. And even after 2 months, I never really got used to it. And I was pretty much looking forward to shaving as soon as I could. So yes,
It's almost back already, though.
yeah, no, 2 days and it's almost.
I'm not kidding. Like it definitely came in a lot heavier.
Yeah, but yeah. So
You okay? No, what you got going
I
on
know
over
he's
there,
playing
dude?
over with the
Tapping
sloth.
him out.
How's your sloth? Is it good?
Tapped him out.
Oh,
Yep.
he's down now.
Silver Cash.
Silver Cash says headed into work, gonna have to catch up after.
Sounds
Love
good.
pizza.
Work.
Yep, have
Love
fun.
pizza and rock and roll.
Love
Okay,
pizza and rock and roll. Yeah, that's
We know
that,
what that means.
What's that?
Work.
Yeah, smoking the reefer.
No, I was gonna say sleeping with your sister.
Oh yeah. Wink, wink. I gotta go work.
Gotta go
my
work.
gosh. Yeah. So what else interesting has happened since we've been back?
Nothing.
Zero things.
Zero.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I guess, just I mean,
Holidays, really.
We're
I
kind
mean,
of in that weird time of like as a reptile guy. I mean, obviously the zoo / all that stuff is going just like always, and this is actually a busy time, right? The holiday season, so we slow down like in September, like the summer's crushed. I mean, the entire summer's crushed with events. I mean, we were at a point where like even to book a birthday party, you had to be like 2.5 months out.
sorry,
like,
gotta push your kid's birthday. Then.
yeah, like literally, we were booking like if it was June, you're like we have no birthday availability till August, and so but then the winter slows down a little bit in September when people go back to school, and then right around November it started picking up. So we get a couple months where it's still busy. It's just not as busy. We're not like crushed like we are in the summertime. And then the holidays it's been pretty crushed. I mean, it's been pretty busy this last little bit.
Heck yeah.
Since Thanksgiving. And I think if I'm not mistaken, Lori said this is usually in January it slows down again. And then usually about spring break in March or so is when things start to pick up. And then once spring break hits, it's pretty much on all the way until September again, so.
And like right now in the breeding season, we're kind of in like, most stuff's in brumation or just starting the breeding season. So it's,
and it's like now you're just going through the motions of breeding, right? You know, like the beginning of the breeding season with pythons and boas, you just kind of are putting snakes together.
Yeah, and feeding them.
Yeah, you're not like using the science behind breeding. You're just getting males and females together, looking for that first lock of the year, knowing that first lock is going to stimulate food response, which, by the way, the stuff is crushing food right now.
Yeah.
And then number 2, it's going to increase follicular growth, that first copulation. Right. So I'd say about 3 to 5 weeks is when it changes from just mindlessly putting males and females together to all of a sudden start methodically putting males and females at the right time together, So yeah, it's kind of a weird time where, like you said, colubrids are in brumation, geckos are in brumation. Yeah. You're getting
half the collection's not even here right now. It's sleeping,
Yeah. And then, so it's kind of the lull, but that being said, it's been really busy the last like 3 months with things. So once we get back from this collab trip next week,
be nice to try.
I think we're gonna have. I think we're gonna have a few. At least a month or so of like down where it's like not as crazy.
Get a little structure going on.
Yeah. Life gets a little bit better and stuff like that.
But speaking of males and females together, one thing that has happened since we've been back is, every day Ivy and Jazz are hooked up.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, they breed constantly. So if we don't get anacondas this year,
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I will be blown away if Ivy doesn't have babies. And then the question is just how many babies does a snake that size have?
It's gonna be a lot. I can't wait to see Mike's face, dude.
They're giant babies. They come out huge, but I have to imagine she's gonna have 30 to 40 babies.
That'd be insane.
Because Kevin's have been having like mid-20s,
and they're not.
And they're like a lot less than her. They're 60% the size of Ivy. So I would think that she's gonna have 30, 40 babies, which would just be absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that'd be gnarly, dude.
That's gonna be fucked.
No, I think it would be amazing, really.
It's going to be incredible.
What are we going to do with all them babies?
Well, obviously we would sell them. We're not going to keep them, you know what I mean? It's like I might want to keep like 1.
4.2, 4.3.
I'll probably keep 1 or 2, just to have. Just
maybe 3. Listen, 3's a better number, though, right?
Do that. You can't do that.
What do you mean?
There's no room.
There's always room.
Sound like your mom.
Yeah, but I mean it this time.
Yeah, well, maybe a male, just a male.
Yeah, for educational shows.
For educational shows.
Yeah, why not?
I don't. How's there not a red anaconda? Does green and yellow make red, or did I make that?
You made that up.
Yeah,
green and yellow makes yellowish green.
Yeah, it makes brown.
Literally yellow
red,
green.
Jay. You're fucking.
How do we make red? Is just primary color. You don't make red.
No, shut the fuck up. You can blend something together to make red.
Let's see.
You gotta make red.
Technically magenta and yellow probably, but
yeah.
All right, so we got yellow,
and then
so now all we need to do is
get a pink anaconda.
No, you need to breed dark greens to make a purple or some shit.
Yo, fuck out of here.
Yo, man, I'm telling you, I need that 2-week break, man. I'm fucking tired.
No, be great. The albino anacondas are really cool, though. Yeah, I'd love to get one of those.
As funny as it sounds, because it's not super impressive. I love I don't know if it's even real, but I've seen like an axanthic green anaconda. Yeah. That's cool, dude.
Yeah, I don't know that anyone's working with them anymore.
Because they look like Ivy when she goes in the shed. Like those blues and stuff.
Yeah, they're very blue.
Purple.
Yeah.
There you go. Breed that thing to the yellow.
Axanthic.
Get a red.
That's green.
Yeah, because if you went to axanthic yellow, then you would get like a snow essentially.
Yeah.
You reduce the yellow out of a yellow anaconda.
I just want a red anaconda.
Get axanthic. You get axanthic.
Well, isn't there a type of albino that makes red?
The albinos are orangish.
Orangey.
Orangish.
Yeah. And then so just breed that to a dark yellow.
I'm so fucking done, dude.
It's like dark.
It's the same
just breed that to a purple.
Yeah, get it on a Renato.
Figure this shit out.
Just all I want is a red anaconda.
A red anaconda with yellow circles.
Ooh, that would be nice. Yeah. We could work on it.
We'll get there.
The downside is they don't import anacondas anymore. So there might be some crazy blood red anaconda.
Because there are boas that are like
there's
blood
red
yeah.
boas. There's obviously the sunset ball pythons are same mutation.
Where are they at? What? Listen here, Skip. When are we gonna start going on fucking excursions for the red anaconda?
You're telling me,
The
bro.
problem
Let's
is
get
that
out.
even if you found one, you can't import them into the country.
Don't care.
You're gonna pull a Jeremy Stone and smuggle it in.
No, I don't want to keep it.
Did you hear what Jeremy did?
No.
This is public record, so I'm not.
Wait,
I'm not,
I
you know,
probably
I'm not,
know, right?
I'm not smoke.
Ben's this.
No, he had his wife
Yeah, I know this one.
go on a
Stuff it up
trial
the
run.
cooter?
No, she pretended like she was pregnant, so she had a pregnant belly.
A false pregnant belly.
But it was I guess a trial run. It wasn't like they actually didn't do it. It was like they wanted to see how it would go for her to pretend like she was pregnant before, and they got busted. So yeah.
But back to the main point.
What are we
Some
doing
point
it?
is, I can't get an anaconda.
I don't. It's not about.
We just
want
to see it. We just want to get there.
It's about going into the fucking jungle with a machete and looking for animals. That
I
have
wonder
never
if
been
you'd enjoy
found,
the jungle.
that have never been found.
I know. I'm all about that. Noah. I'm just saying, I don't know if I would enjoy it, to be honest with you. I've been in the jungles of like Indonesia.
Not by ourselves.
Rainforest.
Give
Yeah.
me a fucking native
Mm-hmm.
that knows the roads
Yeah.
and knows.
There's no roads.
I'm
I
talking
mean, where you want to
This is
go.
Theoretical. This is
Right.
theoretical road.
He knows the rivers.
I think so. This is the thing. I've never been to the rainforest, and it's shocking because I've been all over the world, but I've never
Amazon?
been to the Amazon rainforest.
Wild.
Which is something I need to do.
Yeah.
You know, because it's
Crazy.
really only about a 7-hour flight to
that's nothing,
to Peru, and yeah, I can't believe I haven't been there. So we do need to go there. The thing is I know people that have been, and you either love it or fucking hate it.
You just gotta embrace it.
Because it's like
You're gonna be
literally.
stuck.
So one thing you're gonna have is it's gonna be 100 degrees.
900%
be-
humidity.
It's gonna be so humid that your literally clothes will be soaked within 20 minutes.
God damn it.
And then there
You're
are
already out, dude.
so many.
Yeah.
There are
You didn't
so
even
many.
get to the bugs.
The bugs are like nothing else you've seen in.
Yeah,
in
like
the
if you
world.
get upset with like mosquitoes at Stony Creek, you ain't going to the rainforest, bro.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
so
fuck that. Just
I'll
bring
go.
a VR camera.
I'll bring a 360 cam and you could use the Oculus.
So that's the thing. I know people that have told me like I went on a 7-day Amazon cruise and it was the worst 7 days of my life. You know, but then I
people
know
are
other people that are
pussies.
like, I love it here. Like Chris Gillette, you know, he's
Yeah,
been
that's
down there
it.
a bunch.
Oh
And,
yeah, the guy
and,
at the razor company.
yeah, Gillette.
yeah.
he's amazing.
Chris Gillette and Dave Schick.
Yeah, Dave. But no, I mean, I remember he did a TikTok where he was like, "I've been out here for 20 minutes," and he ringed his
And he's not
shirt out.
overweight. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
ringed his,
Like-
yeah, he has no fat on. He's got like 3% body fat.
He's
Yeah.
a
And
vegan,
he's-
right?
Yeah,
he
he's vegan.
he feeds
And
his fat to that.
He literally
caterer he works
squeezed his
with.
shirt out, and it just was like dripping.
Dripping.
Dripping, and he'd been out there for like
coconut oil.
20 minutes, man. You know,
You
so
could sell that shit.
yeah, he
on,
could probably sell it, yeah.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Yeah, dude.
exactly. Yeah,
He's trying to work. He's trying to work TikTok. He's fucking
Cup
up.
of sweat.
yeah. So it's
Couple Gator Boy sweat.
Yeah, Gator Boy Chris Sweat.
yeah. So so I don't know. I still want to go. I
Just
still think
do
it'll
it.
be interesting.
Here's the thing: you're
But
fucking
you're-
there. You're trapped. You
you're
can't
just
go
gonna be-
anywhere.
you're
I
just
would
gonna be
go
wet.
with one of those
Dude,
big. Listen first
Yeah,
before you
I wanna hear it.
judge me. You
I
fuck.
want to hear it, dude.
One of those tan hats with the
Ranger hat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
Yeah,
the
but wait.
netting.
with the full neck
Yeah, full net. Yeah,
net that goes around
like
my
a
neck.
beekeeper,
that I
like a
tight.
beekeeper.
Yes.
You probably have to.
Because like the only thing I don't like about bugs is hitting my face,
Mm.
in my eyes.
in my hands.
Yeah.
I wear gloves and shit. Like
Dude, that'd be so great to see Noah out there. He'd be looking
He's
like a
gonna be
hockey
suited
goalie. yeah.
he's just yeah. He's
He
just,
comes out there with skates on. He's
Oh
like, "What's
my
up,
gosh.
y'all?"
oh my gosh.
I
Yeah.
think
Just embrace it.
I think I'd like to. I mean, I don't
No.
think that I know I will do it sometime in my life. It's no different than going to, you know, like one of my big things one of my bucket list things is to go to Uganda to go with
And
the
you-
gorillas,
yeah.
you know, and
Uganda have a hard time.
Wild
yeah,
gorillas.
wild gorillas. Yeah,
I'd love that, dude.
That's like one of my bucket list things to do, and it's going to be same thing. It's
How close you
rainforest.
get.
It's I mean, it depends on the gorilla, but they're very habituated to people because they literally have people that watch them 24/7.
Yep.
That's how you find them, right? So there's always a guy with the troop all the time, 24/7.
Oh, you just like ring him.
And so they radio where you at, and then they get the coordinates, and you hike to them. Now the hike is like an 8 or 10 hour hike up into the mountains, and but you will when you go on a Ugandan gorilla tour, I don't know how expensive it is, but you will see gorillas. And it's just Uganda see 'em. But the question is that if they want to come up to you, they might come right up to you and touch you, or they may stay 10 feet away from you. It's just up to them,
I don't want to be touched by no fucking gorilla.
I would totally be into that, man.
Silverback?
Me, Daddy.
Oh my gosh,
Silverback?
Heck yeah.
It's that.
Yeah.
That's the gorillas.
Yeah, silverback gorillas. Yeah. But they can be amazing. And you always see those like amazing stories. Like I saw one a couple weeks ago on YouTube where a guy had spent a couple years with these gorillas, and then he left for like 10 years. And like when he came back, the mother that he was really close with had babies, and she like immediately just like runs right over to him and starts hugging him and like a human, like hugging him. And then she brings her babies over to him, like her youngsters over to meet him, and they start hugging him, and it's just a beautiful thing to think that these gorillas have this memory of people, and they also have this relationship with people. Yeah. It's just really a heartwarming thing.
The lions do that too.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
You seen that white guy?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Dean?
He did the same thing.
Yeah.
Where he used to work with these lions a lot.
Where there was
gone for a few years. Yep. Maybe more.
Well, there was that. There was the that was the it was super popular. It got hundreds of million views. Where he
gets hugged.
Literally just like runs at him and just like jumps on him and hugs him.
Cool.
Yeah, and he made a new one recently. I think it's the same guy, if I'm not mistaken. And there was two of them. There was a male with the big old mane.
Yeah,
and then there's a female one, and like they hugged him, but they're so heavy that he fell to the ground.
Yeah.
And then they're just like laying down. He's just scratching them, and they're just rolling over.
I think that was the guy that raised them in London, actually in the city of London.
Oh, and then they released.
And then they released him into the wild because obviously you can't, keep a lion in London. And then it was like 10 years went by or 20 years went by, and
they still remember this dude.
But yeah,
right?
they still remembered him. And,
fucking awesome.
But I just wondered how that feeling. I remember seeing their initial video, the first video where, like, he calls to them, and the female just comes charging, and then eventually jumps up and like hugs him and is licking on him. But I'm thinking, like, what would he think? Like, she's charging. Like, I hope she fucking remembers me because if she's charging at me, I'm screwed.
How like, I bet for a minute from distance, how could you even tell if that's the lion? And then it's running, and you're just like, oh,
I hope that's the lion.
Oh man, this thing's gonna.
You know what I mean? Because like, from a distance.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't work with lions, but I mean, they all look the same. Not racist or anything, but all the lions, they look the same.
All the lions look the same. I don't know. It's just interesting. But it is interesting. We obviously even like down with Max Strong when we went to Big Cat Habitat. It's interesting how. Like, it's not Carol Baskin's place. That's
no, not Carol Baskin. Is it the?
No.
Not that guy.
This is a good guy. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's not. Wasn't in Tiger King.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the non-Tiger King people.
Yeah.
But it's funny. Max would go in with these animals, and they immediately know them. So they're just like hugging on them. They're like, it's just kind of cool that how they have a memory. Same thing when Jacob Fader, when we went and he messed with a jaguar that was like full grown jaguar, and it would like literally jump on his back and just hang on his back,
But anyone else would never.
But yeah, you go in there and you get killed. You'd be dead. Goodbye,
Yeah, goodbye, dude.
Yeah, it's the end of your life.
Yeah, big cats are no joke.
But
even when they're little, they're no joke.
Yeah. I mean, I think the same thing with like the Myrtle Beach Safari, it's like, I just don't see how those, like that liger we saw at Big Cat Habitat, they have a liger at Myrtle Beach that they just walk like with a dog, like with a chain, It's like,
I wouldn't want to be
crazy
near that,
how they do that stuff, we got to get, I know that's the other guest that we're going to have on sometime. He was going to come in December, but I just couldn't get him here because I was busy, but the real Mowgli.
That'd be cool.
And I'd love to hear some of his, I'm sure he's got
some ghost stories.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure that there's some, he probably can't talk about some things that, because he worked for 2 years at Myrtle Beach, and he had the relationship with those cats just like everybody else, where they're running at him, jumping at him, doing all that crazy stuff, and you just wonder, how I'd love to hear some of those stories. I'm not looking for dirt, I'm not looking for dirt on Doc Antle or something.
They
like
already got enough
yeah,
of that.
There's plenty of that. I just look for, like what that experience was, to assimilate into that lifestyle,
Yeah, it's got to be crazy.
Yeah. He made it out alive, though.
Just barely.
Yeah, so. But, yeah, I don't know.
I want to go to Argentina.
Hell
Argentina,
yeah, Patagonia.
Yeah, Patagonia would be beautiful. Yeah, I mean, that's...
People die in there a lot, though.
Yeah.
Because, it's unpredictable.
The weather, right?
The weather.
Yeah, it'll change in 10 minutes from being a beautiful sunny day to be a whiteout blizzard.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the Nazis. Because that's where all the Nazis went. After.
Oh, they did, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
all the Nazis went to Argentina.
They spread
or NASA, one or
map.
the other.
They spread out, but that was like the place. Like if the Polish people, I should say, came to Hamtramck, the Nazis went to Argentina. Yeah.
Well, we had to get away from the Nazis.
Yeah, we did.
And I mean, Hamtramck is about as far away from the Nazis
we
you could
did
get.
away.
It's
We did get away.
bullshit. I mean, there was blue-eyed, fucking yellow-haired.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a blonde,
Polish.
blue-eyed guy.
I know. And
Why you want to kill me?
That's what I'm saying.
Most Polish people. Maybe that's why most Polish people are blonde, blue-eyed now. Because he axed off the other ones.
You might be on something.
That's actually a good point.
Maybe that's why we're all that way now.
Yeah, I mean, most Germans are blonde hair, blue eyes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Ja.
Da? Ja.
Speaking says Deutsch.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch, ja?
You know what I mean? Like,
Cockabratza.
just wanted to go see that shit.
Oh no, I agree with you. I mean, Argentina is probably one of the most beautiful. That's the thing there. That is the hardest part about life, and especially being my age now is like there's only so much you can do in the world. You know what I mean? Like
you know what? That's it. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
I'm gone.
Okay.
Taking you 2 weeks.
I'll see you back whenever.
35.
That'll
15
be-
years later, he's back. I mean, that's. I think there would be pluses and minuses to traveling full time. I think in the very beginning it seems romantic and it seems really fun, but I think that it could get old really quick. When I think about the people that I follow online that have now went to every country in the world, I mean, it's daunting. You know what I mean? It like it goes from like I think at some point like I just want to go to places I want to go to now I have to go.
I don't
to
want
do
to
that.
go to all the places.
Yeah, that's because he made it a challenge. So then,
Right,
it probably becomes daunting. But if you were just traveling to travel, like, hey, I want to go to Thailand
I
for
want to see the
couple
cool
months and then
places.
go to
Yeah.
the next spot. Or
I think what you do is you probably again now you aren't tied to you don't have a wife
I'm
right now you
tied
don't
to
have
work.
to work it's important too. but
I
you can
know.
always get away. We can obviously do whatever we need to do. But I think what you do is you make your bucket list places, right? Like I want to go to these top 10 places and then just make it a thing where at least once a year you hit one of those places. It's obviously much harder now because of travel restrictions and
I don't
the
think
shit
there's
that we're
as
in.
many as we think.
Well, so this is the thing. There's a lot of the restrictions here, not so much, right? In and out of this country, there's not as many restrictions. But you got to remember you can get stuck in places, right? So you have to be
Sounds
willing.
good.
Well, you have to be willing to understand.
have the
well,
money, for
it
sure.
sounds good until you get stuck in a hotel for 15 days where you can't leave a hotel room for 15 days.
And it's going to cost you thousands of dollars because
Right,
you're going to
yeah.
be in a different country with none of your belongings, no food,
Right, yeah.
no nothing.
I mean, that's what happened with Miguel, right? It was like $2,800.
Well, that's his
he
country,
spent
but-
15. He spent 15 days in Mexico, and $2,800, and he couldn't leave the room. If he left the room, they would arrest him. So that's the chance you take, right? That's the chance you take when you travel now. And then number two,
fucking bullshit.
it's like, I was just talking to someone that did a tour last week that is stationed in Thailand. And he had mentioned that, it's very tough in Thailand right now because it's so restricted. Like you can't do hardly anything in Thailand right now because everything is on lockdown. So as much as we think America's been tough, most other countries have been much, much more difficult. And by the way, welcome to the pandemic, Australia. I hope you're having fun.
Calling them out.
Yeah. Well, they pretty much missed the pandemic, but they're here. They found it
It's
now.
here now.
And they found it now, so it's there. So, I wish my Australian friends the best. I think they're going to be fine because really what's hit them is Omicron, so I don't think it's going to be as deadly. But their numbers are, the worst in the pandemic, they were getting, a few hundred people a day were testing positive at the worst part of the pandemic. Now they're getting like 20,000 a day. So, it's like they
hockey sticked it.
They hockey sticked it, So, and I knew it was going to happen. You can't hide from it. I think it's, better to just let it come. But my point is that getting away from that is just that, I think hopefully this year is the last year of the pandemic. I hope it's 2022 by the end.
Waste all my years.
All of them.
I don't think so. You're so young.
So young.
But I'm just saying that after the travel restrictions and things like flights getting canceled and all kinds of other stuff like that, I think you just pick your 10 places or whatever it is and make sure once or twice a year.
Restricting me.
10 places.
So you get 10 places. You pick your 10.
Well, it's better to pick 10 and then hit those 10 than to pick 100 and never get through the list.
Because you can always add more when you're done with the 10.
Yeah, you do 10 and then you add 10 more. What's your top 10?
You pick your 10.
And we'll figure it the fuck out. How about that?
Hey, we're going to work you till you're 75. You get 10. How about that?
Yeah, I thought we started this podcast
Once
with
every 5 years,
reverse retirement.
And then we'll buy your house.
Yeah, so you're stuck here, fucking stupid bitch.
No, I think you pick your top 10 and then you get
and
those
you don't complain.
and then you do 10 more until you just keep going,
You get what you get, you don't get upset, no.
And just remember, once you have kids, you're fucking not traveling anywhere.
Yeah, you're not going nowhere.
I mean, remember when Jade used to travel?
She's gone.
Not
She's
anymore.
done.
Not no more.
No,
That's
dude.
over.
You remember she used to go to Vegas?
Yeah,
not happening for another 20 years. Dude.
Oh, yeah, and there's like
that's why I don't have
thing
kids.
and if you travel, it's not the same. You're not going to enjoy it anymore.
No, now you're living vicariously through your kids. You're traveling for your kids to enjoy stuff.
Honestly,
you could start enjoying it once they're like 15.
No.
No,
because they don't enjoy it now. Now they're like, I don't want to be on this fucking vacation with my parents. And then you're like, wow, they're making it all shitty.
And honestly,
I think just don't have kids.
I don't think it ever gets good.
Yeah, when we bring you on trips, it's fucking miserable.
I know,
Because
right?
I'm miserable.
Fuck out of here, bro.
That's true.
So it's just like one of those things. It's almost like bringing life onto this planet's almost not right.
Yeah, just stay away from it, man. It's better that way.
I think so. I think that we should do I don't know, man.
I think we should have kids at
Come a month or
14, but then you
something.
give it to your parents. You don't raise it till you're older.
Yeah. Once you get done with your 10, once you get done with your 10
When you
countries,
retire.
then you come back.
Reverse
childbirth.
child raising.
Yeah, that's good.
Rachel says.
Actually, I think we had one above it.
Oh, did we? Sorry, my bad. Drew says, hey, Brian and Noah, I had a genetic question. Is it possible to have two albino genes like CAL and VPI be visual forms in one boa with two?
Yeah.
What's DH?
So double head, yes.
Double head
exactly.
six,
So
gotcha.
so basically what you have, you have two forms of albino there. You have T positive and T negative. The CAL is T negative, the VPI is T
cool.
positive.
I didn't know that.
So you can have a T positive, T negative. It's the same thing now. Now, will it look any different? I don't know that it's been done. I know that when you do it in, let's say, a milk snake, for instance, you do a T positive, T negative. Basically, what you have to understand is that a T negative is lacking all melanin, right? Like the black pigment. But the black pigment is made up of different proteins, and one of those proteins is tyrosine. And so a T positive is an albino lacking melanin, but is still present with the tyrosine, giving it that chocolatey, purpley look, right? So if you get a T negative and a T positive, theoretically, it's just going to be a T negative.
That's
albino,
what I would think, yeah.
Because you're now reducing the tyrosine. The
one protein that was there.
the protein of the tyrosine you're getting rid of. So you shouldn't have a visual animal. So you can have an animal that is T positive and T negative, double het, but it's going to produce like a T negative.
Yeah, but it'll have the genes carrying for those.
So then
it'd be a
when you
powerhouse breeder.
Yeah, exactly. And then let's say you breed that T negative, TL positive, to say a het T negative, you can get T negatives out of that.
That are het T positive.
That are het T. Or you'll get T positive that are het T negatives.
Yeah.
So it's probably really a project you don't want to do because it wouldn't make a lot of sense.
And I wouldn't doubt if like two albinos might who knows what happens? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Two
I mean,
recessives like
yeah.
that could always happen. Something
Sure.
weird. So
Yeah, it's always possible.
Rachel says, I decided that when I finally get my pet snake, I'm going to name him Brian Barsnick. I like it.
Oh my God, that's a good Barsnick.
I like it.
That's a good one. I like it. I like it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
That's all I
appreciate
got,
that.
Brian.
So it's cool. Well, it's been fun hanging out with you guys. I appreciate you
missed
guys
it. It was
hanging
cool.
out, and yeah, we missed doing this. And I'll go upstairs and spend a little time with Lori.
You're gonna walk around smelling
I'm gonna
like that,
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah,
I
you smell like
bad.
shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
and
walk
it's
around.
evolving now.
Yeah,
like
it's-
it smells.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say it's vulgar. It's
is.
vulgar. Your smell is very vulgar.
Yeah, it's off-putting.
Yeah,
for sure.
It would be off, and people wouldn't know like that.
They'd
It's
just be like,
musk.
"Wow, his fucking
It'd be like-
he smells like shit." Brian
That
Barczyk smells
Brian
terrible.
Barczyk.
No, that's a valid point, man. I
Smells
forgot.
like
Yeah, that's gonna be all over the
fucking-
internet.
Yeah, the internet.
yo, J. Good soup.
Good
Like that's what they're gonna
soup.
think
Yeah.
about him. They're gonna be like,
Good soup.
Good soup.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, you got a
Gee.
point. I'm not gonna go
Yeah,
upstairs.
you smell like a
then. So I'm
minestrone
done. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going home to throw my pants in the laundry.
or the fire. Or
Yeah,
whatever the
or
other-
the fire, burn that
Honestly,
shit.
that's yeah. I think didn't you need new pants?
Yeah, I need new pants too.
Are you using my belt or your belt?
Oh yeah, it's great.
You are?
It's really
Have your
good.
Did you get
pants
him a belt
sag.
for Christmas?
I got him a nice one that.
Yeah,
Thank you, dude. I was saying that if I
Yeah.
didn't get you the gift I got you, Brian, I was like, the next thing was a belt.
yeah, I needed it badly.
But
Yeah,
it's-
you can't be messing with crocodiles with your pants
You're
falling
not
down.
sagging anymore.
No sagging. No sagging.
I got him the belt that looks like a survival bracelet, so you can like put it in.
No way, like the
anywhere.
power cord almost?
It's
or-
really good. It's really good. It does.
love putting it
What's
in
nice is
anywhere.
it's not like it's stretchy too.
Yeah.
So that way you can like get it tight, but it doesn't restrict. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
nice. It's no saggy pants now, so that's good.
Yeah.
So
dude.
thank you. No, I appreciate that. But let's wrap it up and get the hell out of here.
Hell yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed or
See ya.
learned something new.
Something
Maybe
maybe.
Probably about Musk. I'm sure.
rhino horns or the
Reverse
jungle.
mortgages.
Reverse mortgages. Don't get caught in a reverse mortgage, grandparents, please.
Don't let your grandpa
Unless
do
it's
that.
from me.
Yeah, unless I'm selling it.
Unless I'm selling it. Thank you guys so much for watching. You've been checked in, and we're checking out.
Thank you guys. And by the way, thanks, Mac.
We love you, brother. Bye.
Thank you
you,
guys.
Mackie.
See you guys. Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Mackie Poo.